Hi guys, so how's it going?
Oh, great.
You look
Oh,
so
fucking
happy,
lovely.
Gav. We managed
Oh,
to
I am.
go on.
I've had a great weekend. Absolutely, all my teams got beat. Nationally and fucking club wise. Fucking, obviously, we won't go on about the rugby, because, hey ho. Yeah, fair play. West Ham is took our chances away for like the third season in a row. Like, this is mental.
I was trying to work that one out actually, whether because last year that's 2 years in the Emirates we've beaten out on the trot. I don't think we've ever done that since we moved in the Emirates. But I saw a crazy stat about Fulham, Newcastle, and West Ham being your bogey teams. I don't know if you've seen it. So like out the 20 games that Arteta's played against those three clubs, so he's only won 4 or 5 or something. It's
Mm.
fucking mad. Um, your whole game plan was pass it to the back post and hope Marino puts it in. It was
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. When you think that, I saw an Arsenal thing after the game going, oh, well, they prepared for it because they went into a back five. We go into a back five all the time. That's what we.
Yeah.
The one game we didn't under Graham Potter was Brentford when we were shit, and then in the second half we went into a back five because we had to. We don't have a back. We don't have a back four capable of keeping a clean sheet. No, no. I think our back four's proven that as well. So, yeah, it was. I think for you lot, it's disappointing because the game plan was a bit like we said it last week when we recorded that we thought either we're going to get a hand in or I said there'd be a goal in it. I did not realise it was going to come from us. If I'm honest, for Does it 100% frustrate honest. you more that Sterling and that young boy was on the bench who are both forwards, but you put Marino up front?
Ranieri.
No, you had two sons. I've got his name down.
Oh, Butler.
Butler or a DJ. Sorry if I've absolutely butchered that.
But I don't. It frustrates me that he hasn't been on the bench all season until
Right.
he's kind of Arteta's hand's been forced into it. Um, it then frustrates me even more that we're playing Marino as a striker. Fair enough, he scored 2 goals a week before, but as against a very poor defensive Leicester side that has conceded what 25 plus goals. Like their goal difference is sitting in minus like 20 something.
Uh,
Um, that boy is a striker. You're playing a centre mid CDM, whatever the fuck he is. I don't know where he plays anymore.
I,
Up front,
I said to Ben, I didn't think it made sense when I saw that Arsenal team. You know what we're going to go there to do. I said that to you last week when you went. I think you'll be pinned in. We're comfortable like that in a back
yeah,
five. We just always are. You don't put Lewis Skelly on, who's your most advanced left back, bar Zinchenko, but obviously Zinchenko's a bit suspect at times defensively. You put on Calafiori. He has one good run and has I think one of your 2 shots on target. And to be honest with you,
it was
your
straight at
whole
the
game,
keeper, wasn't it?
yeah.
The shot on target was straight at the keeper. It wasn't like it
I
was.
don't think Ariola was tested, to be completely honest with you. Not to dig you out or anything. I just don't. No, if anything, out of our two keepers, he's the one that realistically has got a mistake in him. Yeah, do you know that game last year? Was it 2-0, 2-1 at the Emirates last time? They looked more threatening last year than they did this year. A lot more threatening. There was actually chances. There was no point during the game when we went 1-0 up. I was thinking we're probably going to concede here because it just didn't look. It didn't look on.
The game plan of putting it to the back post. It's not actually a bad game plan. But when you're going to put crosses in, you need to put about 2, 3 men around Areola because for me, I think he's a bit inept of catching the ball. He seems to like punching it quite a bit.
It's an
Like
okay plan if you go from left. If you cross it from left to right. So if you cross it over to the problem was you were crossing it over to I was saying this to you when I yesterday. Your whole game plan was lamping it from the right side, Erdegaard and Wanieri, into the side of Tobido and Wan-Bissaka. Well,
yeah,
out of that back five, the 2 weak links, you'd say, aerially, is Skulls and Creswell.
Yeah.
Every team always used to feed us for that, being left back. So surely, all right, it's not a huge tactical change, but maybe put, I don't know, Erdegaard on the left side of 10 and then ask him to whip those balls in. He seems to be so rigid in his plans, Arteta, and he just can't change.
And
I
go down.
I'm not going to put this all on Arteta. I think some of the players need to be held accountable. If I'm being honest,
Yeah, I agree.
Odegaard being one of them. He's hit a fucking massive drop in form, and it's like this is the Odegaard I seen before we signed him. This is the Odegaard of loan where I wasn't wanting him to be anywhere near this football club. Then you have Declan Rice, where I saw this so many stats of him being one of the best defensive and attacking midfielders. That's good, but if we're struggling to score goals, then if we're looking towards him to be the creator, he passes and then sprints forward like a fucking racehorse and then just stops.
Yes.
Um,
The one time he properly broke our back five line, it was a lovely set of play in the left, and then Declan Rice went down to the byline. The ball was fed through, and you're like, if that's not Declan Rice, I know it's going to hurt you, but if that's a Will Smith Rowe, he goes in the half turn, he punts that across the goal mouth.
That's not even the worst fucking part of play at all. Trossard's on the ball, and I think it's a 2v1, but you've got two players coming in behind Odegaard. Odegaard just needs to run straight. Give Trossard an option. Give that one defender. I don't know who it was. I don't know. I was going to say, was it Tadibo? Give him a headache. Trossard will try and turn you as much as possible. But if you've got a sweaty fucking goal, as many people that play FIFA will know, just pass it to the open player. And as much as Odegaard hasn't got his fucking shooting boots on, surely he can't miss an open goal.
He was just jogging though.
No, he's not even jog. He instead of going straight, he started to fucking drift off behind the fucking three running back defenders.
It's criminal. There's two stills of this image, right? A ball gets fed through to Trossard, and he's literally 1-on-1 with Tadibo to get past him, then he's 3 on goal. And Erdegaard's on the left side of Tadibo. So you just think, just stay in your line, and Tadibo's going to choose then. Does he try and block you, or does he? And then literally there's still 5 seconds later where Trossard's just outside the box, and you've got Erdegaard's behind 4 West Ham players, and we've already got back. And he's jogging. He just looks, I said this to him, Ben, I don't know whether you boys have just gone, no, that's the league done, isn't it, really? We don't need to think of anything else now. It's what it is, let's think of next year.
If that's the case, there needs to be a lot of questions asked about the players' mentality, if that is the case. If they want to put all the eggs in one basket in PSV and then potentially Real Madrid,
now, though.
They need to then do that. That's absolutely fine. But it's a hard one because you don't expect the club to come out and go, that's the fucking season done. We're just going to focus on this. If it was like, say Wigan in the FA Cup and they beat City, say they're getting relegated, they're out of every cup. Say they came out and went, yeah, we're just going to focus on the FA Cup. It's sort of acceptable because they've already kind of accepted. Like with us, we're meant to be a title contender. You can't sit here in February and go, well, the league's done. It's not. You still got months to go, but it's technically done. We're just going to focus on this competition. What's the point?
You got Forest away I think that's Wednesday, and then you've got PSV the week after, isn't it? Away? No, it's away. I think first leg.
I don't know how they fucking worked it. I tried to watch that draw. That was hard to watch.
I know, but surely now Forest away is a hard game anyway, right? But you put a full strength team out against Forest. The only reason why is because they're contending you now to be in the top 4. So you try and put them down 3 points. But bar the top 4 contenders, surely, I said this to Ben the other week about Spurs. Spurs surely just don't put a team out now in the Premier League, and they try and keep their team fit for the Europa League, because the Europa League's their only way into Europe, and that's all that matters. Really, what is the difference between 10th and 14th, not 10th, 15th? You know what I mean? Really,
as long as you're not going down. Now,
especially now, you look at it, we're below Man United and Spurs, and we're 13 points clear of the bottom 3. So really, it's done and dealt now. Those 3 teams are now only battling to try and get Wolves down. Really, Wolves into the mix. But I mean, the bottom 3's done, and the top 4 are the top 4's the race, because I think from 8th to 3rd, I think you're on about 4 points difference. I think you're 7 above Forest, but like it's all to play for still for 4th.
Well, here's a question. I was going to go into something else, but here's a question. What team is going to finish 4th? I think it's all clear cut. It's going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, City. First one, it probably is going to be Liverpool. I'm going to admit that now. Liverpool's probably going to finish first. Arsenal, City, toss up between 2nd and 3rd. Who's getting that 4th spot?
Newcastle, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think I predicted it at the beginning of the season. I think Newcastle will finish 4th. I think Forest might have a little bit of a drop, and then Newcastle will just capitalise on their last couple of games.
Well, it doesn't matter though this year because I think you get 5 spots in the Champions League.
Yeah, I just think
I think that's what it is going forward.
So I don't know if it's even really a race now. But Bournemouth, I think they're coming off the boil a little bit, and Newcastle just seem to be going now, didn't they?
Mm.
Maybe, but
a weird one.
Eh?
They seem when they win, taken away for the weekend, so it was only 4-3. But when they win, they normally win quite convincingly, and they should be in the top 4. When they lose, it's like they shouldn't be anywhere fucking near it.
Yeah.
It's two extremes. There's never in the middle. They're either really poor or they're really fucking good. It's a toss up.
Can we just also appreciate how good West Ham were as well? Because I've seen a lot of stuff digging Arsenal out. We were genuinely some of the best. Not football. I realise it's going to take time under Potter.
It's the way you are set up. Is what I would say about West Ham.
I'm hopeful.
Every player knew their role. Every player knew if Wan-Bissaka's gonna go up, I'm gonna fill in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
that's part of what annoyed me from the game. Is a lot of the comments have been Calafiori needs to do better. It's only Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's been fucking class all season.
Yeah.
And he's also a mud player. He's won trophies with United.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So much. It's looking at the shirt rather than the player, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very much looking. It's a West. And for me, I don't think there's a game where I can categorically say Wan-Bissaka's been bad.
Yeah,
I think every game he's had a level.
Game. It's going to be one of those things. So clip it. I can't remember what game it was. There was one game he got turned inside out very early.
He's hammer of the season so far, though. He's going for that. He'll piss that.
And young hammer of the season's obviously going to be Skulls, isn't it?
Yeah, that's another one as well. I think Skulls had an unreal game with Ranieri. He kept him shut all game. The only time that side struggled was the last 5-10 minutes when Ben White came on, and Ben White actually looked half decent, by the way, as well. That'll be a bit.
I told you, I wasn't one for him to be anywhere near the squad this season, but since he's been out, by God, we've missed that right hand side. He's tried to force going down that hand side with Saka, but when he doesn't have that overlap, Timber has that overlap, but once he gets the ball, it's like he overcomplicates it. Ben White gets the ball, he's just like, well, I'm getting out my feet. I'm just going to cross it in, see what happens. Or I'm going to take a touch past the defender, I'm going to try and run into the 6-yard box. Fine. Coming on, I thought that was a good positive change.
I'm quite semi-confident. I want to see, obviously I'm at the Leicester game on Thursday. I want to see how we play against the quote-unquote smaller clubs, because you have to come out and play them. You know what I mean? You can't, as much as I respect what you've done against Arsenal, sitting 5-4-1 against Leicester ain't going to be tolerated. You need to come out and play against them, and that's fine.
It's also a 6-pointer. They're one of the ones where you want to keep them down and you want to get another 3 points clear, didn't you?
16 points or 12 games left, or 11 games if that's done.
But we've also got Wolves after Leicester, if I'm right.
Yeah.
As well, and that's another 6-pointer. We need to beat Leicester and Wolves, keep them both.
All I want to see now is if we beat Leicester on Thursday, is when Somerville gets back in, when Fulkrug gets back in, I think, which is the end of March. Oh, actually, no, I think they're both coming in for the Everton game. If we're safe, although we ain't got Europe, I wouldn't mind us just trying different stuff. All right, we get beat 2-0. All right, we win 2-0. This worked really well. That didn't work really well. Because Evan Ferguson, I don't think is going to come sign with us full time. I don't think that's going to happen. And the money Brighton are going to want is too much. But I like what we're doing defensively, but that back four first half against Brentford was fucking shocking. Yeah. So
I think he'll get beat against Leicester.
I said this to you.
I reckon because you've had the result of us, and I'm not saying like, I think you can admit Arsenal West Ham is quite a big fixture in both of our seasons, not just West Ham's and not just Arsenal's. It's a big fixture in both.
It's London Derby, right?
I could be wrong, but when you have beaten us in the past, the next game you haven't been brilliant.
The problem is we said this is we've beat you and we'll turn up for Leicester and either we'll be off the boil like you said or we'll end up conceding stupid goals.
Yeah, it'll be a testament actually. That's what I'm saying. It'll be quite interesting to see how Potter sets up because I would think he sets up in the same formation but goes slightly more because that midfield. I was worried when that lineup came out because if we were doing this mid-block press game with Suchek, Alvarez, and who's the third one in there, you're sitting there thinking they don't have pace in that midfield. We're going to get fucking slaughtered because as much as you don't like Rice, he's powerful in the run. That's his physical attributes are his best attributes. But I don't know. Let's see. I just want to see some. At the end of the day, we got him in to play more progressive football.
Yeah.
So
well, and also it's actually good to just see tactics for once that you can, one, understand, and two, that seem to have worked.
Mavropanos had a good 10 minutes, which is quite surprising. But then again, you literally played it into his hands because the only thing that cunt can do is header a ball. And all you were doing is fling it onto the back post. The only other thing I want to talk about...
I've seen a video and it made me chuckle. The Odegaard shot. And he's completely fucking sliced it.
I've seen it.
It was like they just kept enlarging the last time goal to see what it got. He's meant to be one of the most creative, best finishers we've got.
Yeah, you said he's better than Bruno Fernandes earlier this season.
I still rate him better than Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, all his shots on targets are free kicks into the goalkeeper's hands, but yeah. I think it's the only positive that I can take out of anything is Saka is apparently coming. Saka and Martinelli are back for PSV.
Yeah.
Apparently they're back for the first game.
They don't pay 90 minutes though.
They shouldn't.
Would you put it past Arteta?
No. I wouldn't push. I wouldn't put it past him putting Saka on for a full 90.
That was hamstring.
First game back.
Saka was hamstring, I think. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No, not at all. I'd keep him for
yeah.
I think youngsters need to be given a chance. Butler in particular, he's a fucking striker. Stop putting fucking Merino there. It worked once. Just because you haven't smacked your fucking head off the fucking watch the fucking ceiling sign once doesn't mean you're not gonna fucking hit it again. You know what I mean?
I saw this, but I've seen this all week. Right? Is Arsenal fans are going, oh, they ain't gonna be able to deal with Merino, and Merino up front's such a good idea because he's played that false 9 before in Spain, and you're like,
Spain.
Man, we've got 2 6'4" fucking centre backs. Like, I'm not being. We've got 2 6'4" centre backs. Alvarez is good in the air in 6'2". Souček's 6'4". Wan-Bissaka's aerially quite dominant. What the fuck are you doing? Putting in the middle right?
Just shoot. This is what I was taking away from the game. Going into it is just shoot at Areola. I think he's dodgy at the best of times.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, right now.
The most simplest of saves, he makes it look fucking horrendous. I said it a few weeks ago. He makes it look like the fucking, I don't know, like
Alan Dorworthy, he tries to make this, yeah.
Just shoot at him. Like, as long as you get on target, he's going to spill it. Somebody run into the 6-yard box and get a tap in. Just something like that. No. Too simple. Eh? We must be the headline of every week. That's what it feels like. We must be getting spoken about after our games, and I just want to win.